Howdy y'all, Willie here again from Texas and beyond, and this time we're coming to y'all from Lake Somerville State Park, Birch Creek unit. This one is one of my all-time favorites. It's a family favorite. My parents have even been coming here since before I existed. You know, whether it was here at Birch Creek or the Nails Creek unit, which is on the other side of the lake, kind of on the southwest side of the lake from here, and we're on the northwest side on this end. Man, just so many memories. This time of year, it's March. It's a great time for white bass. That's what I'm intending to fish some, and you know, we just came to relax at the end of it all. Like, I'll fish in the morning and evening, and shoot, we're just gonna hang out. Always excited to come here, even though I've been here countless times. Usually, you know, this is another one that's once a year for me. You know, now once a year for Brandy and I. So Brandy's here too. She's at the campsite. We already set up. This is actually our second day, so I kind of came back to get this one. But come along, check this video out. I think y'all love it. I think this may be a place y'all might want to check out too, because it sure is nice. The lake is sure nice, and some really nice shaded beautiful campsites here, y'all. So come along with us, check it out. Hey y'all, just wanted to give y'all, this is the little breakdown of our campsite. Yep, always got them set up, our little decorations. But we're in campsite 16. This is arguably one of our favorite campsites here. As you can see, it is super shaded, plenty of shade all around the camper. So, like, you know, as things warm up, you know, these trees are starting to sprout out finally, because you know it's spring here. And you know, during the summer, this is an extremely shaded spot and really good spot. Walk around back here. We brought our kayaks on this trip. You can see plenty of shade. Lots of cardinals floating around. Looks like they redid this picnic table. Beautiful covered picnic spot. And then comes with your standard fire ring and your drop-in grill. Love that. And then what makes this site arguably even more special to me is this. Boom. Your own little private trail down to the water and to the lake. Yep, I was down there fishing this morning. If you don't know about Lake Somerville, it's an excellent white bass lake, especially in the spring when they're on their spawn. Not too good this morning. It's a little slow right now. I've asked some of the people who've been here a while, and they've all kind of said the same thing. It's been slow so far. They're kind of getting a late start here at Somerville this year, but hopefully tonight I'll hit it lucky, y'all. All right, switchback. We took one out of your book, out of y'all's book, that is. We're a DQ in Somerville. Yep, we're getting blizzards though. We don't get full meals here, but we definitely getting a blizzard. What's up? Wave y'all too. Patton, what you think, Patton? Taking Patton on his first kayaking expedition.
Look at his life jacket.
He got a little life jacket. He don't even know what to think. Water's so calm, he could just jump in and swim over to me, but I think he's scared. We're gonna learn him today. We're gonna learn him. Patton's enjoying it. He's already jumped in once. I don't know if he will again. Maybe. Lake Somerville. Kind of low right now. A lot of exposed beach over there. Usually that's underwater, but I got my fishing rod here. Gonna give it a whirl. White bass have been slow. There they go. There's what I'm looking for, y'all. Little white bass. Here lies one of the highlights of the park. Be number 2 on the map if you're looking. It's an old cistern, 19th century cistern, or what's left of it, the remains. Pretty neat, easy to overlook too. It's right here by the dump station from the Yopon camping loop. So yeah, if you're not looking real close, you'll go right by it pretty quick. Up under a beautiful old tree too, which I'm sure has been keeping shade for part of that time span at least. As y'all can see, Lake Somerville Birch Creek unit here does have a real nice boat ramp. And this is the only boat ramp on this side of the park. The Nails Creek unit has a boat ramp as well. And then there's a fishing jetty, old jetty system here. Used to extend out into a pier, but some flooding a few years back kind of washed that out, and it has been in disrepair since. But the jetty is still here to fish from. All right, y'all. I'm gonna head out and do a little hike and search for a couple geocaches while I'm at it too. I'm gonna get on the Beautyberry Trail. It doesn't say it here, but I can show y'all. I'll post a picture of the overall map here on this video, maybe at the beginning of the video. But the Beautyberry Trail kind of runs from the Yopon area back towards the Deus area here, and then it kind of cross over, turns into what they call the Cedar Loop or Cedar Ridge Loop, and then that runs kind of going back towards the headquarters. But there's a couple geocaches hidden off of this trail, and if you don't know what geocaching is, y'all, if you like scavenger hunts, man, check it out. It's an app. It's like a worldwide scavenger hunt, and I love doing it, maybe a little more than a wife. She'd be with me looking right now, and she'd be with me hiking. We both have jobs, and lucky for her, she can kind of do hers on the move. But which helps her out with my schedule. I'm a shift operator, so I'm off during the week a lot. And this is a Tuesday here at Lake Somerville State Park. So yeah, lets us do some of the week time camping, which, oh, so much more peaceful in our state parks, I gotta admit. Love that our state parks are being used on the weekends, don't get me wrong, but man, there's just something about, having that peaceful surrounding. But hey, let's go find those geocaches and get hiking. All right, y'all, for anyone wondering what a geocache might look like, well, here you go. Especially here in the state parks, they'll almost always say that on them: TPWD geocache or Texas Parks and Wildlife geocache. And they're almost always in a ammo can, or in an ammo can of this sort. As you can see, I found one. I mean, these aren't typically hard to find, but if you download the app and you want to get into the geocaching world, check it out. Almost all of them, you just pop them open, sort of like this, and they'll have a note in them. You just sign the note when you were here and date it. And that's it. Some of them have little trinkets in it like that. You can take something, but always try to leave something if you do that. And that's all there is to it. Nothing real crazy. See, if you take a treasure, please leave a treasure. So if y'all didn't know anything about geocaching, check it out. This is cool, it's fun, and You know, hey, kids love it, especially kids. Do it for the kids. I'm a grown man and I still love it, so I'm gonna go find some more. There's more here to find. Nice group area though. Very nice. Could use a little more shade, but you know. Real nice group hall in the center. And looks like it's got its own little access down to the lake as well from this area. So if you're looking for a large group gathering spot, this is a good one. What y'all think, my fellow YouTubers? Yeah, not a bad idea, or not a bad spot. Here's the lake, Somerville State Park. trail system, and it's actually the whole trail system. This here is actually the Birch Creek unit. This shows the actual Lake Somerville Trailway as well, and it includes the Nails Creek unit down here on the bottom, which is the southwest, basically the southwest end of Lake Somerville. So we're at Birch Creek, and as you can see here, that's where we are, or where I am right now. One complaint I have, these are beautiful trails, by the way, beautiful trails. The only complaint I have is the lack of parking next to these little intersections here, even up here in the Opom area where we're actually camping at right now. There is some parking down here by the boat ramp and the fishing pier, and you can hike that tenth of a mile or so to access in either direction. And there is a little bit of parking right over here off on this off to the just away from where these two trailheads are. But here there's a dump station over here where I'm parked at, which technically you're not supposed to park at. It's just brief so I can get this video. And I don't know about here yet. I'm gonna drive over there in a second and look. But yeah, there's just not a lot of parking at these trailheads, so prepare for that if you come here. Well, if you have horses and you like to ride, well, these campsites are available. These are the equestrian sites here at Lake Somerville, at the Birch Creek unit. I believe the Nails Creek unit has its own as well, but pretty neat, pretty solid. Yep, got a little chain, shoot, all you need really for your horses. And then they got water. The one big negative I noticed, and I'm sure this would be to a lot of people's complaint, would be the fact that these are water only sites. These are not electric. So, and I believe, did it say the tent only back here? Mm-hmm. So if you bring your horses in, it's tent only. So yeah, most people got pretty fancy horse trailers with living quarters in them, so that's kind of I'm sure there's some folks that use these quite frequently though, and I guess you could use these if they're not booked with a tent as well. And obviously you see there's literally no one in this camping loop right now, so that could be an option. All right, here we are. This is actually the entryway to the Lake Somerville Trailway, where it starts from Birch Creek and actually runs all back through in here. There's a series of other trails that it connects to, and it'll actually run you all the way down and connect to Nails Creek. Yep, the state park system actually controls all this. I actually think there's a wildlife management area further back this direction as well. But we're obviously not going to walk this whole route. We're just going down to look for a geocache. So here we go. Y'all, it's that time again. Every time we camp, Brandy and I gotta have steak. Check them out, some fillets. I used to be a ribeye guy totally, and Brandy was always the fillet, but I think I have kind of fallen into the spell, like it's fillets for me. We go to Sam's a lot to get these fillets, if anybody's wondering. But yes, I do them right over the campfire grill if we're allowed to have a fire. There's no burn ban here this weekend, so that's what we're doing. And I got them rolling. Got Pat in here salivating. He ain't looking at us now, but he was giving me them hungry eyes just a moment ago. He will be for sure when he smells that meat. Granny's inside, throwing some sides together. He's gonna get after it. Oh yeah.